Chat, here we go. We have Rezears versus Mawkzy in a best of 5. Mawkzy coming off of a nice big tournament win, I believe. Might have been the last time he had been playing. We will see if he can continue that trend. Now, it should be noted, Mawkzy is live right now, and there's kind of two Mawkzy modes. There's the playing 1v1 for the content. I'm live. Oh my goodness. Apparently both modes might be able to win. But as I was saying, Mawkzy while streaming, while doing a regular week show match, you know, it's a different form of Mawkzy. It's still a very good player. I think tournament Mawkzy can be completely unbeatable though when he's a little bit more locked in. But we'll see how he does today. By all means, I'm not trying to, you know, give him a pre-excuse. He could certainly still just play amazing, dominant 1v1, even while streaming. He's got Rezears on the other side of the field. Rezears not been able to stop the first two shots from Mawkzy. Rezears was at Gamers 8 playing 1v1s for his team. I'm trying to remember exactly how that went for him. But the good news for me is that rlduels.gg exists, so I don't have to remember. I can just pull it up here on the side. He's looking for his first bit of offense right now as he dunks Mawkzy. Wave dashing his way back to net to get the save. And a demo will likely result in a goal. It's a nice wave dash to keep the ball pinched down. I mean, that's not the easiest touch ever. Making sure it falls directly in front of the nets while landing perfectly on the wall and being able to follow it back up. Especially how fast he did it. I mean, sure, other players could do it, but a bit slower. And a lot of players could try to do it fast, but there's a good chance you'd launch it past the net. So, just a solid touch from Mawkzy. Up 3-0. I have Rezears 1v1s from Gamers 8 as he gets his first goal pulled up now. Looking like going up against Chronic. He's gone up against Chronic and Daniel a few times. He went against Chronic in the Chalk Duels as well. In fact, he just played a ton of Chronic and Daniel. But he won his single games, his best of ones against everybody but Chronic, it looks like, at Gamers 8. And Chronic was on another level. So hard to blame him for that. Mawkzy missing a wave dash, allowing Rezears to creep all the way to the net for his flick. Kick out from Rezears. Got on the left side of the ball and then flipped left away from it, like fading away. Maybe hoping Mawkzy would help guide it there. Mawkzy loves a good low 50. And Rezears worried about the flick, understandably, when he's playing against Mawkzy. Goes a bit high on the challenge. Matched wave dash kickoff. Mawkzy specifically looks for the demo. Doesn't get it. And Rezears recovers well. Is able to half flip that into a 100 boost collection and staying in control of the ball. He wants the low 50 Mawkzy now. Mawkzy challenges quick enough to prevent it from being a favorable one. Wave dashing into the ceiling is Rezears. Oh my goodness, Rezears. Doing it in style. Does the wave dash help him? Maybe it gets him off of the ceiling quicker while keeping the 100 boosts. Either way, certainly looks fancier, more fun to watch. When are you going to have beast mode in a show match? I think it's up to beast mode. You know, us 1v1 curators are fully aware that a beast mode match is something everybody in the 1v1 world wants. So you can be pretty assured that if beast mode is not showing up in matches, it's probably because he's not terribly interested. Rezears gonna dunk in a nice 50 as he launches to the backboard. Also, a lot of players are just taking breaks. You know, not to say that beast mode may never play ones, but for the most part, a lot of the top players who have been grinding, like I've said before, that's just quintessential Mawkzy right there. The top left, perfect placed flick. But as I was saying, 2 years, the way the RLCS has worked the past couple seasons has really been no off season. I remember as these two last years chained together thinking, we're really starting again already? Like, that was such a long season, and it's been what feels like a couple weeks, and now everybody's prepping their roster to start. Like, I think it started in October, right? Or maybe even late September last season, which means we'd already be starting again, which was wild. And that's what everyone had to deal with. So now pros deserve a bit of time off, if you ask me. Rezears, if he could have collected that ball quicker, I think that far right side of the net was available, but he couldn't get the ball positioned in time to launch it there. The end result was something a bit more centered, and Mawkzy was able to cover that. Rezears has Mawkzy backing off on the shadow again. They go low 50 this time. Seemed like that right side of the net was available. And because he went for that flick on the previous possession, I imagine he was thinking Mawkzy might creep there. But Mawkzy stayed patient. And this flick was only going to work if it had tricked Mawkzy into thinking it was going to actually go where it was intended, which I'm pretty sure was the top left corner. Rezears, the way the recovery to the ball worked, it was just awkward enough to not be able to tap it in. It definitely should have been a goal, but it wasn't as free as I think a lot of people might think. He had to flip to the ball quickly and then jump to get the right touch. Down one. Rezears pogoing. He's going to bump Mawkzy. No, he did not succeed. The bounce was just a bit too high. I think it would have worked well, but the ball without much arc made it possible for Mawkzy to sneak around. And Mawkzy, I tell you what, his flicks do not give you a chance to save it. If you're going to swing wide, he's going to put a 123 km/h flick. I do not think Rezears got like a touch that increased the speed or anything there. Rezears has always been somebody who has something crazy up his sleeve when it comes to wall-to air dribbles. Did he actually potentially score off this? It shouldn't have been a goal, but Mawkzy with the missed touch. Rezears 30 seconds. You feel like he needs this one, and what an impressive setup to even have a chance. You know, ultimately wasn't able to make anything out of it, but a lesser player would not have even had an opportunity this late. They would have had to take so much longer just to collect the ball. Rezears doesn't really have boost to take the shot. He's just going to put it on target, and he scores. So as slow as it was, Mawkzy had to wait to respawn. And with 7 seconds left to go, it's still possible for Rezears. Rezears, a kickoff one. And now a first touch reset in his dribble. The musty Mawkzy can't stop it. And Rezears just powers the ball directly at him and before the goal. It crosses in at 61 km/h, but it was going in way faster before Mawkzy slowed it down slightly. Mashed wave dash kickoff. Rezears half flipping to flick the ball away. Now he's deep in Mawkzy's half with 0. Pinching. And a nice zap dash gets him to the midfield quickly. Now he's going to have to play defense on Mawkzy's flick, something he doesn't want to have to do. And Mawkzy this time, instead of flicking, plays it on the ground. And Mawkzy just plays so much 1v1. And he loves to be in this position. The ball carry, attacking a shadowing defender. Mawkzy's played it a billion times. And he shows his experience here as he's able to take game number 1. Game 2. Chat had the prediction at 78% for Mawkzy. Mawkzy certainly comes in as the favorite against just about anyone in the 1v1 world. His recent matchups against Rezears, probably a bit more 50-50. But otherwise, Mawkzy's playing his game. You should expect him to win. Rezears certainly played game number 1 in a way that makes you believe he has more than just a 22% chance to win or whatever it is, 24. I forget what I said for Mawkzy's number. But can he keep it up? Sometimes the games may feel close, but the favorite pulls away and wins them all, and that's why they're the favorite. Rezears, 28 boost to work with. Just going to pop this ball up high. Thought maybe he could actually turn it into something. And a quick zap dash on the recovery. It's not going to get him back in time. I believe Rezears using that momentum. I guess a curve dash, I've heard it called as well. Using that downward momentum coming off the wall to be able to set up the dash. Rezears did not protect this well enough. Mawkzy is not going to be able to swing around the ball to get the shot, though, in time. So he's just going to take it to the corner, and Rezears beats him to it. Do I have motion blur on right now? I didn't have it on before. I can take it off. On my previous PC, I don't think I had motion blur turned on. I maybe didn't fully reset the settings since I got the new PC. Mawkzy flicking top left. We know he likes to go there. Give me your old PC. Sorry, no can do. Rezears on the back wall, trying to save that bit of boost that he does have, using some late here as he goes up the curve, hoping to demo Mawkzy. Mawkzy pulling his camera down in order to see Rezears as he set that up. Mawkzy now ceiling resets. Is he going to be able to double this? No. We watched it from Rezears' perspective. He did respect the chance. Now this is a really good opportunity for Rezears. He wants the power slide cut. Oh my goodness, look at this shot. To me, it looked like Rezears was going to set up a cut around Mawkzy, but he actually cuts underneath the ball, and he just takes a shot directly on target. What a shot from Rezears. Tying up this game. Old Feer would have given away the PC. No, I don't think that's true. I don't even think the old PC works because I took the drive out of it that I needed. Rezears. Camera check to see if he's going to get demoed. And now him and Mawkzy are locked. We could have had an overtime if had they agreed to stay locked. Mawkzy is showing the far side of the net so often in this 1v1. We've been watching from Rezears' perspective. As he recovers back, he is showing a flick to the far side, whether it's right or left, depending on where he is, as available. Almost to try and bait Rezears into doing it, I feel like. Because what he wants is to swing wide, have that flick come out, and then surprise him with the recovery. And Rezears hasn't quite been able to punish. I actually do think if Rezears could full control and instantly flick it, he would just expose Mawkzy for leaving too much of a window. Mawkzy is basically taking that risk, saying, I don't think people can collect the ball and flick that quickly. Mawkzy, nice catch. Keeps this out of the way of Rezears and demos him to take the lead. Yan versus Swift. I think it's just probably a matter of time before Yan versus Swift happens. But I've certainly been looking to get them involved in a match. How long have you been doing show matches? That's a good question. I think it's a couple years. Is it 3 now? I'm not sure. As Mawkzy boxes out Rezears to make it 2. That bump recovery and the bumping was insane. Mawkzy just lost kickoff. Oh, I missed it. I was looking at chat asking me questions. Rezears has the ball sent straight to the ceiling. This flick will soar into the open net as Mawkzy looked to try and challenge a lot sooner. What is this setup from Mawkzy? The 180, then wave dash back to face forward. Certainly not the best defensive maneuver. Rezears picking up the back corner in midfield, and now we'll look to attack on Mawkzy. Has the reset, puts it top right. A lot of pressure on Rezears. That never seems to affect his mechanics. A lot of players in those tense moments are forced to go for low 50s, forced to play something that doesn't require perfection out of their fingers. That's not the case with Rezears. He trusts his mechanics at all times, and that trust pays off. Can he keep Mawkzy from scoring a quick one? He can. And this wall touch will send the ball away, so he'll probably be forced to play defense again. He's up to the wall early. I don't think Mawkzy knew for sure if he was going to get the 100, so he was looking to back off. It spawned directly after he got to the midfield. Rezears will back off. Mawkzy wants a wall to air dribble to finish the game. 5 seconds left. He'll waste a lot of that time with this dribble, and he'll place it just inside the nets. Rezears challenging instead of from the back wall above the net. Challenging almost from the corner. An attempt to intercept this one. And Mawkzy does well to keep it away. 2 seconds left to go. And the ball will hit ground, and Mawkzy will have the lead. So we talk about those close games that it just always seems like the favorite pulls away with. Well, it'll happen again. Game number 2. Game number 3. Fruit Punch Samurai said Mawkzy in the air. Presumably talking about Mawkzy's finish to that game. But Mawkzy has long since had an aerial game as well, because you have to if you want to play at the highest level of 1v1. Just because Mawkzy can pick people apart off the ground doesn't mean that's the only thing he can do. It's just far too often his opponents allow him to do so, and no reason not to go back to what you do best. But Mawkzy certainly mixes it up and takes it to the air on occasion as well. Rezears, this is a great flick. Low boost for both these guys. And Rezears walks it to the front of the net and then flicks it all the way back to the top right. He's enhanced it recently. Yeah, when Mawkzy first came onto the scene, he was mostly grounded. He had tough times playing the aerial game, but yeah, he has a really solid aerial game now. Mawkzy able to get to this corner. He knew he would. No panic from him as he rolls to collect the ball, and that is the Mawkzy that annihilated many top 1v1ers even without the aerial game, was that flick to the top left. Rezears able to save this one. And now Mawkzy into the air. Okay, we talked about his aerial game. Maybe he'll find a way to rework this, but you know what? I think that's even a point right there. The fact that that setup was not as bad as it gets, and he found a way to get up, get the ceiling reset, and then still make it a somewhat neutral play, which is a really important part to the aerial game. Being able to not just hand away goals every time you make a mistake, but instead, at the very least, keep possession or keep it close. And Mawkzy did that, as Rezears never really got control of the ball, and eventually gets to score. Just like old Feer, mostly grounded. What is that supposed to mean? Rezears is backing off this ball as Mawkzy tries to pre-jump the challenge. He doesn't want to bring the ball to him, wants to force him out to him. We're still grounded, right, chat? Mawkzy, a pogo, just get back up in the air. Oh my goodness, this is exactly what he needed as he let the ball fall away from him. He needed to get back up as quick as possible, so why not go to the pogo and bounce up to beat Rezears? You can see the exact other option happening with Rezears, who goes down to his wheels and jumps up, and it's not as fast as Mawkzy just pogoing his way back up. And he uses that speed to get a second goal. Mawkzy now off the ceiling. He finds the angle. 3-1. I love how the pogo has joined the 1v1 scene and all of the ways that people have found to use it. Sure, it hasn't turned into everybody pogoing the way Dark did when he first showed that it was viable, but he did force people to explore the pogo and find out when it could be useful on a consistent basis. We've definitely seen it used many times now. Mawkzy, for really the first time, gaining a bit of separation. He's had a close match with Rezears for the first 2 games. This flick should be saved and turned in for a counterattack fairly quickly. Not necessarily a free goal, but certainly a very great position for Rezears. And he does well to capitalize on it. Mawkzy at 0 boost as he recovers back. Gets to pick up some pads right before the shot, but since Rezears kept it high, kept it away from any chance of Mawkzy making a save. These two are going to lock up. This would be a Rezears loss if he were to sit through the lockup. I don't think the ball is rolling into his net. He just throws GG's. He's going to have enough. Will they wait out the 2 minutes? Mawkzy, are they just going to re-accept it? Okay, they will. You know, he's trying to throw the GG's. It seems like he wants to get out of having to hold it for 2 minutes, but I feel like I just, you know, make him hold it for 2 minutes. You never know what could happen. Oh, he gave up on it. Now I don't know what they're going to do. But it can still be GG's. We don't have to keep playing. It could be GG's still. Up to you. I mean, I guess it's probably GG's. You can't say GG's and then, you know, turn around and sweat and get a couple goals and be like, psych, Mawkzy, beat ya. Pogo time. It's pogo time. Oh, Mawkzy just took the free goal. We got a minute 16, and I can see that both these guys can pogo. I know Rezears can pogo. Mawkzy can pogo. Double reset. There's the pogo. The musty. Wait a second. Yo, that was actually pretty creative. It seemed like he was way off, but the musty was the answer to make it look good. All right. Double reset. Oh, that looked less clean than his actual competitive one. All right, what does Rezears have in store? Rezears was part of the Pogo 1v1 that we did with Dark and Jorya's. I think Dark elected to do that one with infinite boost, though. And so it might... Oh, wait a second. I actually forgot. I forgot that he had a Pogo. I was like, oh, no, he lost it. Oh, wait, the whole point is to Pogo. All right, you don't need it. We don't need the reset, Mawkzy. We could just Pogo anyways. Oh, that ain't it. I wasn't sure if he was going to go for another reset. It looked like he was maybe setting third reset before going for the Pogo. Double, triple. How do you incorporate the Pogo? I'm not sure how. Rezears getting the final goal. Can't be a Pogo, though. Otherwise, it'll hit the ground. Well, GG's, Mawkzy. I mean, Mawkzy Rezears had a fairly close one, obviously, with 2 minutes left. It did look like Mawkzy was going to run away with it. There was a chance Rezears brought it back, but it'll be a nice Mawkzy sweep. Thanks for playing. This wave dash kickoff. He bumps, or he wave dashes off of the bump, and then carries Rezears away. And then just stays on ball as Rezears goes to steal 100. This is the one. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.